The air was warm, the sun was shining, and all of Ponyville was having a glorious day. The town square was bustling and crowded. Busy ponies were making their busy way through the streets. All the pony folk seemed to have somewhere to be. All except Rainbow Dash. Her place was in the sky. She freely tore through the air, speeding one way and the next. She buzzed the treetops and raced the winds. The Pegasus swooped over a schoolyard, much to the delight of the children. Climbing several hundred feet, she dove, going as fast as she could. Seconds before hitting the ground, her wings flew open. She took back off into the clear blue. Rainbow felt alive. Then she remembered she had somewhere to be. She was supposed to meet Pinkie Pie in 5 minutes. She'd gotten so caught up in her exercises that she nearly forgot. Pinkie had asked Dash to meet her at Sugar Cube Corner at 3. She didn't say why or what they'd be doing, but Dash knew with Pinkie it could be anything. She wasn't sure if she really wanted to go, though. She was so engaged with her stunts, she thought about blowing Pinkie off to continue flying. But Dash's conscience got the better of her. She knew that it would hurt Pinkie's feelings. After all, she said she was going to do something special for the two of them. She considered it and thought, why not? What'd she have to lose? Heck, it might be more pranking. Pinkie might have found a bunch more fun stuff to pull on folks. They'd had so much fun last time. Dash kicked it into overdrive, mostly to make up for lost time, and sped to her appointment. When she walked in the store, she was immediately greeted by her host, bouncing in excitement. "Yay, you're here! You're here! I've been waiting all day," said the jumping pony. "Sorry if I'm a little late, Pinkie. I've been doing my afternoon exercises and lost track of time," Dash apologized. Pinkie giggled and responded in a gleefully reassuring. "Oh, that's okay. You're here now. What's a few more minutes? I've been so excited thinking about all the fun stuff we're going to do. I haven't stopped bouncing since we woke up. I almost forgot to breathe. I've been so happy." Dash gave a slightly uncomfortable laugh. She always appreciated Pinkie's friendly, outgoing way of life, but her overabundant enthusiasm almost creeped her out. Dash was polite, however. If Pinkie got this worked up, then it must be good. Whatever it was. "So you ready to get started, Rainbow Dash? I've got everything all ready," the pink one said. Dash psyched herself up. "You betcha, Pinkie. What do you got planned? We gonna prank somebody? I've got a couple of good ones I've been thinking about. Or maybe we're gonna do some stunts that I should try. Or maybe making cupcakes," Pinkie announced happily. "Baking?" Dash said, disappointed. "Pinkie, you know I'm not that good at baking. Remember last time?" "Oh, that's not a problem at all. I only need your help making them. I'll be doing most of the work," Pinkie explained. Dash thought about it for a second and replied, "Well, alright, I guess. That's okay. What do you need me to do?" "That's the spirit. Here you go." Pinkie handed Dash a cupcake. Dash was puzzled. "I thought I was helping you bake." "You will be. I just made this one special just before you got here." "So, is this like a taste testing or something?" "Sorta," Pinkie said. Dash shrugged and popped the pastry in her mouth. She chewed a bit and swallowed. "Not bad. Okay, now what?" Dash asked. "Now," Pinkie informed, "you take a nap." Upon hearing that, Dash felt light-headed. Her world spun, and a few seconds later, she dropped to the floor. When Dash regained consciousness, she found herself in a dark room. She tried to shake her head, but found the taut leather strap kept it firmly in place. She struggled to move, but the braces around her chest and limbs glued her up to the upright planks. Her legs were spread wide apart. The only part of her she noticed was not tied down were her wings, as the frame was backless. As she writhed, Pinkie jumped into the line of sight. "Goody! You're awake. Now we can get started," she gleefully stated. She was pushing a cart covered with a cloth. "Pinkie? What's going on? I can't move," Dash said in a worry. "Well, duh, you're tied down," Pinkie chided. "That's why you can't move. I didn't think you needed to be told that." "But why? What's happening? I thought you said I was going to help make cupcakes." "You are helping. You see, I ran out of the special ingredient, and I need you to get more." "Special ingredient?" Dash was now breathing heavily and starting to panic. "What special ingredient?" Pinkie giggled and responded, "You silly." Dash's eyes widened, her face contorted in fear. Then she started to laugh. Whoo, you really got me, Pinkie Pie. I mean, tricking me into thinking I'm going to get made into cupcakes. I gotta tell you, this is the best prank yet. You win. You're the best. Pinkie giggled even more.
Aw, thanks, Dash. But I haven't done any pranks today, so I can't accept your praise.
Dash was struggling again. Pinkie, come on. This isn't funny.
Then why were you laughing?
Pinkie grabbed the cloth and whipped it off the cart. The top of the tray contained various sharp medical tools and knives carefully organized and ready. There was a medicine bag and several other objects next to them. Dash was in full panic mode. She started to hyperventilate. Her mind was racing, and she tried to reason with the pink pony. You can't do this, Pinkie! I'm your friend!
I know you are, and that's why I'm so happy that I've got you here. We get to share our last moments together. Just you and me.
She was skipping again. But the other ponies will wonder where I am. When the clouds pile up, they'll come looking for me. And then you'll get found out. Dash was desperate.
Oh, Dash,
Pinkie said.
Don't worry. There are plenty of other Pegasuses to take care of a few clouds. And besides, no one will find out. I mean, how long do you think I've been doing this?
And with that, the light suddenly came to life and showcased the rest of the room. Oh, God, no! Dash reeled in horror at the image presented to her. The room was decorated with the typical but twisted Pinkie Pie flair. Colorful streamers of dried entrails danced around the ceiling. Brightly painted skulls of all sizes were stuck on the walls, and organs done up in pastels filled with heliums tied to the back of chairs. The tables and chairs were made of bones and flesh of past ponies. Dash cringed at the centerpiece on the nearest table. The heads of 4 foals, their eyes closed like they were sleeping, wearing party hats made from their own skin. She recognized one of them as Apple Bloom's classmate. Her eyes darted back and forth, and then gazed up at the patchwork banner hanging from the rafters. Made from several pony hides, the words, "Life is a party," were scrawled in red. Dash's attention was stolen by a party horn unfurling and tickling her nose. She saw Pinkie Pie standing in front of her. The party pony was wearing a dress quilted from cutie marks. On her back fluttered 6 Pegasus wings, all different colors. As she skipped in excitement, a necklace of unicorn horns loudly clacked together.
Like it?
She asked.
I made it myself.
Dash pleaded. Pinkie, please. I'm sorry if I did anything to you. I didn't mean it. Please let me go. I promise I won't tell anybody.
Oh, Dash, you didn't do anything. It's just that your number came up, and, well, I don't make the rules. We can't turn back now.
Dash was tearing up. How could this be happening?
Aw, don't be sad, Dash, Pinkie said. Look, this'll cheer you up. I brought you a friend.
Out of seemingly nowhere, Pinkie displayed a blue and yellow painted skull. It was about pony-sized, but it had one defining feature. A beak. Dash was freaking out. Is that...
Hey, Dash, let's hang out together. These ponies are lame-os. Dweebs, dweebs, dweebs,
Pinkie mimicked.
I caught her right before she left town. Remember when I left the party for about 20 minutes? That wasn't enough time to play with her, of course. I had to wait until after the party to do that. But boy, am I glad I did. She was worth it for the flavor alone. Griffins taste like 2 animals at once. It's amazing. I know she didn't have a number like everyone else in Ponyville, but when was I going to get another chance to try a griffin? In hindsight, I probably should have asked where she came from so I could get more. But I forgot. I'll tell you what, though, she was quite a fighter. Lasted a long time, which was fun for me. I got a chance to play with somebody other than a pony and try new things. It's too bad she had such a potty mouth. She said so much bad stuff I had to cut her tongue out. You know, bad language makes for bad feelings, Dash.
Dash didn't say anything. She just sobbed and writhed.
Well,
Pinkie said, putting the skull down.
That's enough reminiscing. It's time to begin.
She picked up a scalpel and walked over to Dash's right flank. Without any flair, she placed the blade an inch above her cutie mark and started a circular cut around it. Her lungs working overtime, Dash shouted in pain. and tried desperately to pull away. But the braces held her still. Finishing the incision, Pinkie grabbed the curved skinning knife from the tray. She worked it into the skin and sliced the hide away from the muscle. Dash ground her teeth as she tearfully watched as her flesh came off. Pinkie then moved to the other side and completed the other flank. Once she was done, Pinkie held up both cutie marks in front of her friend and waved them like pom-poms. Dash just whimpered, her thighs burned. Placing the skin down, Pinkie selected a large butcher knife and walked behind Rainbow Dash.
Hope you don't mind, but I think I'm gonna wing it now,
Pinkie laughed. She grabbed the left one and played with it for a second. Then, stretching the wing out, she brought the blade down at the base. Instantly, Dash screamed and thrashed her appendage. The movement threw off Pinkie's aim. She tried to hit the mark again, but missed wide and put a huge slice in Rainbow's back.
Dash, gotta stay still or I'll keep missing.
She took another whack and hit the target. She swung again and again, blood spraying into the air, but realizing she wasn't going anywhere. The blade just wasn't going through the bone.
I guess I forgot to sharpen it. I'll try something else,
she stated as she tossed the knife over her shoulder, the blade embedding itself into the table. The crying Rainbow Dash heard the sound of a metal box opening and closing.
Got it. Say, Dash, why do they call it a hacksaw? It doesn't hack. Hacking is what I was doing with the knife. This is a saw. I don't get it.
Pinkie placed the tool over her last attempt. It effortlessly sailed through the bone and skin. The painful feeling of the teeth grinding, biting into her made Dash want to vomit. She watched helplessly as her wing flew over her head and landed with a fluff on the table. Pinkie moved in the next and started sawing. Dash didn't struggle this time. She'd given up the fight and just cried. Then the blade abruptly paused. Pinkie was only halfway done. The wing was hanging off by a sliver.
Hey, Dash,
she piped up.
Think fast.
Suddenly she yanked the wing as hard as she could. The bone snapped out of the skin it held tight. The pull ripped a long strip of flesh down Dash's back to her rump. The unexpected trauma caused her body to seize. She felt a warm release between her legs, and her pelvis tensed up. Dash's loud, unending melody of pain filled the room. Unable to catch her breath, she blacked out. She woke with a gasp. The stench of her own urine filled her mucus-caked nostrils. She saw a very pouty Pinkie Pie, removing the adrenaline needle from her chest. Stomping her hooves, the frustrated Pinkie lashed out.
Did anybody teach you any manners? It's very rude to fall asleep when somebody invites you over to spend time with them. How would you like it if I came over to your house and went to sleep? Oh, I'm sorry, Dash. You're boring. I think I'll take a nap. You think I'm always doing this by myself? I told you how excited I get when I found out you were next. I'm excited to have a friend here with me and while I was working, but no, you've got to be inconsiderate. You thought I was tough. I thought you could handle anything. I've got foals that can stand up better to you. Do I have to baby you? Huh? Is that what you want me to do? Remember you as a baby?
She stopped to catch her breath. Dash blinked and cried softly. Her back was on fire. Pinkie then popped something red into her mouth and began to chew. She noticed Dash was staring at her.
What?
She said.
Oh, this?
Holding up another piece.
Well, you were asleep, and I got a little impatient, and I helped myself to a sample. I got it from your leg. You're not bad. Want to try some?
Without waiting for a response, she shoved this strip of meat into the revolted Rainbow Dash's mouth. She immediately spit it out. Pinkie picked it up.
If you didn't want it, you could have said no.
Then she ate the discarded snotty morsel.
It's not like you haven't tried it before.
Swallowing, she turned her attention to the small can on the tray. She removed the lid, revealing that it was filled with burning coals. Sitting on top of the fire were several large nails. Dash began to panic again. Pinkie picked up the can and walked over to Dash's left. Carefully picking up a nail and grabbing a hammer, she positioned a spike at the seam between her leg and her hoof. "No, Pinkie, no!" Dash screamed. "No, no!" The hammer came down and the nail punctured under her skin. The white-hot burning was too much. Dash pulled and thrashed at the brace. Her skin rubbed and tore. Pinkie tried to line up another one, but couldn't find her aim. She let out a frustrated grunt. When she pulled the hammer back to take a wild swing, Dash burst out crying and begging, "Please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop!" Pinkie rolled her eyes. Putting the hammer back down, she walked back in front of her friend. She stared pensively at the broken Pegasus. Gilda didn't cry this much when she stuck that live parasprite down her throat. Pinkie thought for a minute about what to do next. Then there was a sudden spark in her imagination. She grabbed the gear wheel on the rack and laid Rainbow Dash on her back. She moved to Dash's hind legs, bringing the can with her. Picking up the hammer again, she drove a searing piece of metal into the bottom of Dash's hoof. Dash screamed again. Pinkie put one into the other hoof. Next, she located the small generator in the tray. Tying the copper wires to the nails, she gave Dash a wink and flipped a switch. Electricity rocketed through Dash's body. The blue pony reacted immediately. Body seized, muscles stuck taut. Her hips thrust skyward and her eyes rolled back. She let out a deep throat-shredding cry. Pinkie giggled and danced in place. She turned up the juice. Dash convulsed uncontrollably. Her bladder emptied once more. After about 5 minutes, Pinkie shut off the power. The area smelled likely of cooked flesh and burnt enamel. She put Dash upright again and tried to snap the delirious, drooling pony back into attention.
Dash! Dash! Wake up!
Rainbow Dash managed to give her a monicum of weak acknowledgement. Pinkie reached into the medical bag and produced a large syringe.
All right, time for the last round.
Dash looked at the needle, and Pinkie took that as a question as to what it was.
Something to take the pain away,
she informed as she walked around to Dash's ruined backside. She stuck the needle into the lower part of her spine. Dash flinched. Coming to the front again, she told her friend,
in a few minutes, you won't be able to feel anything below your rib cage. Then you'll be able to stay awake to the harvest.
Dash began to cry again. Pinkie, she trembled out.
Yeah?
I want to go home. Dash openly sobbed.
Well, I can see you wanting to do that,
the party pony replied.
Sometimes I just want to give up. Say, I'm done with this mess, and go to bed. But you know what? You can't just shrug off your responsibilities. You gotta pull yourself up and meet the challenges head on. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead in life.
Dash cried. Minutes passed, and the drug took effect. Dash was numb from her chest to her flanks. Aware of this, Pinkie approached her with the scalpel. With only a smiling glance at Dash, she began to make a long cut across her pelvis just above her crotch. Moving up her body, she drew a similar incision under her ribs. One final cut was made down her stomach, connecting the first two.
Looks like I got my eye on you, Dash.
With a moist, gooey sound, the new door flapped open. The sight of her own organs and the lack of feeling caused Dash's breathing to intensify. Pinkie sliced open the abdominal sac and grabbed the large intestines, separating it from the rest of the digestive tract, pulling them away from the former cavity. Pinkie began to get a jovial and started making jokes. Dash grew weaker and weaker from the new source of blood loss, trying to shut out the comedy act. Pinkie was laughing.
Look at me, I'm ready, she said, slinging the tube around her neck and spreading blood in all directions. Isn't my new scarf so pretty?
Reaching back in, she cut the smaller intestine off the bowels, squeezing out the excess excrement. Pinkie filed it through her teeth, dragging it back and forth.
Dentist say you gotta floss every day, Dash.
Rainbow Dash was barely aware what was going on anymore. The shock was causing her to fade. Pinkie got disappointed. Diving back into the gun, she ramped up her routine.
Aw, don't go yet, Dash.
She started pulling out the rest of the organs, stopping at each one.
I know I can be a real pancreas, but, I'm just kidney with you. You really gotta learn to liver up. Boy, these jokes are getting bladder. Guess you gotta develop a stomach for them.
She placed the discarded body parts into a bucket, keeping the last one for longer.
Ooh, bagpipes,
she said, placing the tube in her mouth and the organ in her armpit. A spurt of acid hit her tongue.
Ew. Oh, hey, there's your cupcake, Dash.
Dash didn't hear. She was slipping from consciousness minutes ago. Pinkie wasn't satisfied yet. Hit her with another adrenaline shot. Dash woke up for the last time, her heart jumping. Her blood flowed out faster. It wouldn't be long now. Pinkie put Dash on her back and straddled her chest, scalpel ready.
You know, Dash, I'm disappointed. I thought you would have lasted longer. I really wanted to spend more time with you before we got here. But I guess it's my fault. I should have taken it a little slower. Oh well, it was really nice knowing you, Dash.
The blade sunk down into the blue one's throat, working its way up to her chin. Coming back down, it circled around her neck. The last thing Dash felt was her skin being cut away from her skull, the metal scraping her teeth. Then she was gone. Pinkie Pie stared into the mirror. She did a really good job. Even keeping the eyelids. She winked. Dash winked back. Pinkie smiled. But still, she was sad that her friend was gone now. She only lasted 50 minutes. Not nearly as long as she wanted. She looked back at the cadaver hanging there from the center of the room, the last of its fluid straining into the pan. Yep. No more Rainbow Dash. Pinkie cocked her head. She was starting to take notice of the fact that there wasn't really much damage.
In fact,
She began to think.
I think...
An idea exploded in her head. She was good at sewing, and she had all the pieces. All she had to do was put her back together. Yeah, just get some stuffing and bingo! She'd have Rainbow Dash forever. In fact, that's what she'd do to all of her friends when their numbers came up. She was so excited, she skipped over the body with the Skinner to get started. The cupcakes can wait. Pinkie had a friend to make. Silver Spoon woke up. She was on her back and couldn't move. She couldn't see. Where was she? Freaking out, just about to scream, when the pony from the bakery appeared in front of her.
Hi!
She giggled. Where am I? What's going on? The frightened foal asked.
Well, you see, your number came up and I gotta make cupcakes,
Pinkie explained. What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. I wouldn't worry if I were you. It'll be over soon.
She approached the girl, scalpel at the ready, when a small voice came up from behind. Miss Pinkie? What are you doing? She paused and turned to look at Apple Bloom. The yellow baby pony walked up to her with an angry look on her face. Silver Spoon started to feel relieved. I can't believe you're doing this, she pouted. You said this one was gonna be mine. Pinkie apologized.
Oops! Sorry about that. I guess I forgot. Here you go.
She handed the blade over. Apple Bloom climbed on top of the table and stood over her prey. Silver Spoon tried to struggle. She stared at fear at Apple Bloom in her apron. The pink apron, the silver tiara on it. Silver Spoon started to cry. Apple Bloom grinned and opened her mouth. Hey, Silver Spoon, guess who's gonna be a blank flank?